Hello everyone, welcome to this new series that I am starting, which is known as My Gear. So basically this series I want to explain what are all the gear that I use for making my YouTube videos and why I chose that gear. So obviously the first one would be the camera. So I use the Canon 750D, and in this video I would like to explain why I chose this camera and what are all the pros and cons of this camera. So without further delay, let's start the intro. The first thing I wanted to talk about is the build quality of the camera. The build quality of the camera is really very good. It also gives a very nice grip for you to hold the camera. You get a very good sturdy grip, and it has fallen quite sometimes, and also sometimes it has got wet in the rain, but still it has survived all those things without any issues. And I've been using this camera for over a year, and I have not faced any issue with the camera. The second thing that I want to talk about is the flip out screen. This is a real life saving for anybody who is wants to use this camera for video and YouTube. Having a flip out screen is very important because it allows you to focus in any direction that you want. Suppose the main problem is you are in front of the camera and you don't know how the focus is, and then there are a lot of settings you have to do. You can easily turn this screen to the front, and then now you can see whether you are in focus or not. So this is a real helpful thing that if you want for videos. And in this camera, this is one thing that I also like, that this had this flip out and articulating screen. And the other next thing that I liked with this camera is the touch. So you can control all the settings using the touch. The previous camera of mine, 550D, you had to use this buttons and you had to switch between each of these settings, but just having to use touch and just changing the settings is very easy with this. So this helps you to quickly change your settings and do the settings that whatever you are wishing for. So that's also a very good time saver, I would say. And the next thing which is very important for you is the mic input, because as you know, the cameras mics, whatever the inbuilt mic come with DSLRs, are really of very bad quality. So what this Canon 750D provides is the mic input. So here you get a mic input and a remote. If you want to use a remote control, you get these inputs here. So what you can do is you can plug in any external mic into this. So I have the Rode Video Mic Go, and you can plug in into this particular port and you can use the external mic. This is really helpful whenever you want outside and where there is a lot of noise and you want to have a better mic. So you can connect your mic into this. Also, you can connect any of the remote mics, like your wireless lavalier mics. That's a very good feature with this camera. And the next feature that I would say is the best thing that it is the monitoring feature. So here you have this mini HDMI port. So using this mini HDMI port, what you can do is you can connect this mini HDMI port to any monitor which supports mini HDMI to HDMI. So any monitor which supports HDMI, you can connect this and use that as an external monitor to actually monitor the video quality. That really helps because you can actually, what I do is I connect this camera to an external monitor, 24-inch monitor, and it gives you a real good external monitor in which you can see what is the video quality and how the focus is and all. So this is also a very good important feature. And nowadays you get some portable recorders and screen on that, which you can attach it on top of your camera. Some monitors in the description below, and those monitors sit on your this hot shoe mount, and you can directly connect the HDMI mini HDMI output to it, and you can actually have the view of whatever you are recording, and that really helps to focus on whatever you are recording. So that's also a very good nice feature that this Canon 750D provides. And the next thing that I would like to talk about is, if in case you are on a budget and then you are starting out, you have only this DSLR and you don't have a mic, it still has this stereo mic input. As you can see here, it has both left and right channels it can record, and the quality of that sound is not very bad. It compared to some other mics, yeah, it may not sound good, but if you don't have any external mic or you don't have a separate mic for recording, it does get the job done. And you have to do a lot of post processing afterwards to get it to a good quality, but still that's an option which you can use. So next feature that I like is this camera supports STM lenses, which are the silent motor lenses, and with that the advantage that you get is whenever you are trying to focus, or whenever you're trying to click on this button and focus using that lenses, it focuses silently, so you don't hear any lens noise during the focusing. So that's one very good thing, because while you're taking video, you don't want the lens sounds to be recorded, and so the silent motor lenses allows you to do that, and this body Canon 750D supports those STM lenses. And then the next thing, the sensor, if you see, the sensor itself is the same sensor which is being used in currently its big brother, which is the 80D. So it's a 24 megapixel sensor, and also it uses the Digix 6 processor for processing, which means that it is the same the sensor and processor as the 80D. But yeah, it's not up to the same quality because of the 80D being $1,000 camera, and this is currently retails around $600 to $700. But still a very good capable sensor, and does take very good videos even in low light. So let's now look at the sensor for the autofocus, because the autofocus in this is slightly slower, but then it's still comparable and you can still use it. So let's now do a simple autofocus test in the artificial light, how it focuses on different objects. So as you can see from the autofocus test that we did, it is slightly slower in focusing. It's not as fast as the Canon 70D or the Big Brother 80D, but still it gets the job done for this range of camera, because you have to understand that this is a mid-range camera, so it does take some time to autofocus. But still you can use this for videos with autofocus, and you just have to manage the focus very well, that's all. And the next thing that you wanted to talk about is the battery. So in this model onwards, the Canon had changed the battery. So previous to this model and all, they used to use the LPE8 batteries for all the Canon cameras, and in this they have changed this battery to this particular model, which is the LPE18. And this model gives you a little bit more time for the number of shots and the video, because my Canon 550D used to give a video for about 40 to 45 minutes, whereas this camera video I can take about an hour or an hour and a half. So that's a very welcome move, that you can get a better battery life out of this camera. So you can do a continuous shooting for easily around 40-45 minutes, and if you are cutting down in between the shoots, I think you can easily extend it up to 1.5 hours. So that's also a nice thing, that you get a very good battery life. It checks most of the boxes for video recording, DSLR, if you consider for YouTube and other videos. So some of the cons that I can say that I found with this camera is, as I said, the autofocusing is slightly slow. So you need to be careful when you're taking videos on autofocus, that sometimes it can go out of focus and you need to refocus the camera on that. That's one con that I have seen. And the second thing is that sometimes this mic input, the port, it doesn't connect properly. So what you have to do is, after connecting to the mic input, you need to go to the sound recording and test it out once. I have had some problems with Rode Video Mic Go, where this mic input was not holding it properly. So that is something which you need to check out. Other than these two issues, I didn't find any other issue with the camera in terms of the build quality or the quality of the videos which I am able to get. As you can see also, if you see some of my older videos, all of the videos have been shot on this Canon 750D in the studio with the normal softbox lights, and you can see the quality of the videos. So these are my reasons for going for this camera. Please let me know if you have the same camera. What were your reasons for getting this camera? And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you dislike the video, please let me know in the comments below what I can improve. And please do definitely subscribe to my channel.